Top Stars 5B by H.Q. Mitchell and Marileni Malkoyani. Published in copyright MM Publications 2022. Class Audio Material.
Module 6. Time for Science. Quiz. 1. Vocabulary. Melon. Dark. Light. Planet. Earth. Nature. Life. 2. Can you guess the answers to the riddles? Read and find out. Then listen and check your answers.
Colour riddles.
1.
It's a colour which you can find in nature. There are lots of things that are this colour. For example, some plants, vegetables or insects.
Green.
2.
It's the first colour that a baby can see. Cherries, strawberries and tomatoes are this colour.
Red.
3.
It's the colour of the sea, oceans and lakes. It's the colour of the sky too. It can sometimes be dark or light.
Blue.
4.
It's the colour of a very big star which gives life to planet Earth. There is also some fruit that is this colour. For example, lemons and some melons.
Yellow.
5.
This is a colour which you sometimes see in the sky. It's the colour of milk and polar bears.
White.
6.
Yellow and red make this colour. It is also the name of a fruit that we use to make juice. Carrots are this colour too.
Orange.
Module 6. Top Stars. 1. Vocabulary. Space. Astronaut. Moon. Painter. Engineer. Mechanic. Fix. 2. Read and answer. How many names of people did Amal answer correctly? The girls are at Fatima's house.
I'm bored. Let's play a board game.
Great idea.
I'm good at board games.
OK then. Name the person or people. The player who gives the most correct answers wins. Number 1. He was a famous painter and engineer. He was the painter who painted the Mona Lisa.
Michelangelo.
I'm afraid not. It's Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh yes, that's right.
Number 2. They were the 2 first pilots who flew across the Atlantic Ocean without stopping.
The Wright brothers. I'm sure about that.
I'm sorry, Amal. It's John Alcock and Arthur Brown. Number 3. Who was the first astronaut who walked on the moon?
That's easy. It's Yuri Gagarin.
No. Neil Armstrong was the first astronaut that walked on the moon.
Amal, you can keep the board game. You must study the answers, I think.
Thanks.
4. Listen and match. 1.
This is Noor. She loves teaching children, and she is very good at it too. All of her students listen to her all the time.
2.
This is Arthur. When he was young, he loved playing with cars. Today, he loves fixing cars. He fixes his father's car too.
3.
This is Steve. He loves planes. He likes watching documentaries about them. His dream job is to fly planes.
4.
Tom surprised his parents when he told them he wanted to do this job. But they didn't stop him. They supported him, and now he is ready to travel to space.
Workbook, Module 6. Top stars. 3. Listen and complete.
Today we are talking about famous people and their jobs. William Shakespeare was English. As the national poet of Great Britain, Shakespeare wrote many poems. He was an excellent author. Next, we have Jacques-Yves Cousteau. Do you know Jacques Cousteau? Well, he was a famous French sea explorer. He travelled around the world and explored life underwater. In 1943, he also invented the special oxygen bottles we use in scuba diving today.
Module 6. Our world. 1. Vocabulary. Glue. Fry. Slice. Inventor. Popular. 2. Read and answer. Where would you find the texts below?
Great inventions. By accident. Sometimes inventors want to invent something, but they invent something else by accident. Post-it notes. Spencer Silver is the scientist who invented post-it notes. In 1968, Spencer Silver was working at a company where he was trying to make very strong glue. He made some, but it wasn't strong. Another scientist, Arthur Fry, said they could use the pieces of paper to stick notes in different places. Everyone liked this idea. Today, post-it notes are very popular. Crisps. In 1853, George Crumb made the first crisps in a hotel restaurant where he was working. A man who was eating there sent back his chips many times. He said they weren't tasty. Crumb got angry. He cut the potatoes into thin slices, fried them very well, and put lots of salt on them. Today, crisps are a popular snack all over the world.
5. Listen to the descriptions and write 1 to 3. There is one extra picture. 1.
It's a hot summer day and you want some ice cream. You haven't got any at home and you aren't near a supermarket. What do? Well, now you can use the new Play and Freeze ice cream maker and make your own ice cream. It's easy and fun. Put the ice cream maker in the freezer for an hour. Then, take it out and put a little sugar, some milk and cocoa in it. Then roll it around and put it in the freezer again. It is ready in a few minutes. Use fresh fruit, nuts and other things and invent your own ice cream flavours. Coffee and chocolate ice cream is my favourite. The Play and Freeze ice cream maker is great. Get one today.
2.
We have all got alarm clocks, but have you got an alarm clock you can talk to? This new invention listens to what you say and talks back to you. It understands English and answers questions like, "What day is it today?" or "What's the time?" In the morning, it wakes you up with the sound of birds or the sea. This new invention is great. Children love it.
3.
Have you got a geography test and need some help? Well, now we have got something to help you study. The new geography globe has got a computer inside it. There are parts you can touch on the globe. When you touch one, the computer gives you information about that part. You get information about the people, clothes, food, animals, and languages of many countries. It's great!
Workbook, Module 6, Our World. 3. Listen to someone talking about the invention of chocolate chip cookies and number the pictures 1 to 5.
Everyone eats chocolate chip cookies, but did you know that someone invented them by accident? One day in 1930, Ruth Wakefield wanted to make some chocolate cookies for the tourists at the Toll House Inn, a small hotel she and her husband had. She didn't have the chocolate that she usually used, so she used some semi-sweet chocolate instead. She thought that it could melt like any other chocolate, but it didn't. The cookies came out of the oven with small pieces of chocolate. She gave them to the tourists and they loved them. Soon her cookies became very popular. The company which made the chocolate made a deal with her. They gave her chocolate for all her life, and she gave the company her chocolate chip recipe. The company put the recipe on the back of their semi-sweet chocolate. Ruth Wakefield's famous cookies, or Toll House Inn chocolate chip cookies, as the company called them, became the most famous cookies in the United States.
Module 6. Let's talk. 1. Vocabulary. Dentist. Journalist. Information. Result. Module 6. Project. 1. Look at the text below. Where can you find a text like this? Read and find out.
Kids Learning Club. Books you must read. Leonardo da Vinci. Was he an artist, an engineer, or an inventor? He painted the Mona Lisa, but he also invented many things. Read this book and find out more about his life. Thomas Edison. He's the man who invented the electric light bulb. Where was he from? What do you know about his life? Read and find out.
Module 6. Reading time. 1. Vocabulary. Fence. Greenhouse. Scream. Strange. 2. Read and answer. What did the children see in Mr. Dean's greenhouse?
The greenhouse. Arthur and Jack were playing basketball in Jack's back garden. Jack threw the ball and it went over the fence.
Oh no!
Cried Arthur.
What now?
Don't worry,
said Jack.
We can go and ask Mr. Dean for the ball.
The boys knocked on Mr. Dean's door, but he wasn't there.
What's that?
Said Arthur. He was looking at a huge glass building. There was a "Do Not Enter" sign on the door.
That's a greenhouse. Mr. Dean is a scientist,
said Jack. Arthur went close to the greenhouse and looked through the window. He saw a dark, scary shape and screamed.
What's wrong, boys?
Said Mr. Dean.
Sorry,
said Jack.
Our ball went over the fence.
No problem,
said Mr. Dean.
Let me show you something amazing,
he said, and opened the door of the greenhouse. It was very hot in there, and it was full of strange plants.
They are from all over the world,
said Mr. Dean.
This one is a pitcher plant.
They are the plants that eat insects, right?
said Arthur.
Yes, that's right,
said Mr. Dean.
That's the plant that scared me,
said Arthur.
That's my newest plant,
said Mr. Dean.
It's from the Amazon rainforest, and it eats everything.
Arthur and Jack were scared, but Mr. Dean was only joking. They all laughed. Arthur and Jack had a wonderful time with Mr. Dean and his plants.
Module 6. Phonics. 1. Listen and say. R. R. Jar. Far. Or. Or. Horse. Orca. Brother. Jumper. 2. Listen and say. Then underline the or sounds with red, the R sounds with blue, and the sounds with yellow.
Our farm.
This is my brother with the yellow jumper. He's in our car with his friend Peter. This is our farm. We've got 40 horses, camels, goats and cats, and 24 ducks.
Two. Listen and say. Then underline the or sounds with red, the R sounds with blue, and the sounds with yellow.
Our farm. This is my brother with the yellow jumper. He's in our car with his friend Peter. This is our farm. We've got 40 horses, camels, goats and cats, and 24 ducks.
Workbook, Module 6, Phonics. 3. Which one doesn't belong? Look, listen and tick. 1. Far. Car. Orca. 2. Farm. Morning. Horse. 3. Jar. Jumper. Star. CLIL 3, Modules 5 to 6. Home Economics. 1. Vocabulary. Amount. 2. Where do you think people eat the most pasta? Read.
Food facts from around the world. Not all people like the same kind of food, and not all people eat the same amount of the same food. People in some countries eat a lot of rice because it grows there. In other countries, people eat more fish because their country is near the sea. For example, people in Italy eat a lot of pasta. Let's look at this graph about how much pasta people in different countries eat every year. Interesting world food facts. In Japan, people eat a lot of rice and vegetables and only a little meat. People in the USA eat the most ice cream in the world. In Brazil, the most popular pizza has got peas on it. People in China eat the most fish. The British drink the most tea. The most popular tea in Qatar is Karak tea. Dates are the fruit people in Qatar grow the most.
Workbook, CLIL 3, Modules 5 to 6. Home Economics. 1. Listen to the dialogue and circle the correct answer.
Hello, Ian. What are you looking at?
Hi, Oliver. I'm looking at some graphs about food.
That's interesting. Let me see. Well, is this graph about vegetables?
Yes, it is. I think that the French eat more vegetables than the English. And look, The graph shows that I'm right.
Yeah. The next graph is about Asia. People there eat lots of rice.
Yes, they do. But what about the rest of the world?
Well, I think that people in Europe are next.
No, they aren't. People in South America, in countries like Brazil, eat lots of rice. It's here, look.
And what is the last graph about?
It's about how much sugar people around the world eat.
Well, I know that from PE class. Mr. Smith told us about healthy and unhealthy eating yesterday. People in the USA eat the most sugar.
Yes, he told us about that too. We mustn't eat many sweets and we mustn't drink a lot of fizzy drinks. There's a lot of sugar in them.
That's right.
Module 6. Roundup. 1. Listen and tick. 1.
What are you looking for, Jake?
Well, I want to find some information about a famous inventor for my project at school.
Are you using the internet?
Yes, I am. I've also got this book, but I'm using the internet because it's easier and faster.
Good idea.
2.
Tina, do you want to come to my house and watch a DVD?
Which DVD, Kate?
I want to watch a documentary about space life.
Does it show astronauts and how they travelled to space?
Yes. It also talks about Neil Armstrong, the first astronaut to walk on the moon, and his experiences.
Sounds interesting.
Cool. After we finish our homework, you can come round.
3.
OK, children. Today I've got a quiz for you. You must guess the answer. It's the third planet from the Sun. The Sun gives life to it, and that's why it's green. There's also water on this planet, and people and animals can live on it. Which planet is it?
Workbook. Top skills. Modules 5 to 6. 2. Listen and colour and write. There is one example. Example.
Would you like to colour some of this picture?
Yes. Is the bird coming to eat the boys' breakfast?
I don't know. Would you like to colour it green?
Yes.
OK.
1.
Can I colour some of the boys' fruit too?
What, the banana?
Yes, I like it.
All right. Colour it yellow.
OK, I like that colour.
2.
Now, can you see the biscuits in the jar? Colour them for me next.
Do you mean the jar on the table?
That's right. You choose the colour.
Shall I colour them brown?
OK.
3.
What shall I colour now?
What about the bottle?
The one next to the biscuit jar?
Yes, colour it red.
OK, but that's a funny colour for a bottle.
4.
Can I do some writing too?
Yes. I'd like you to write the word fruit.
Where? On the bowl?
Yes, please. The bowl is full of fruit.
5.
It looks very hot there. Shall I colour the water in the glass?
Yes. Colour it blue, please.
OK. We must drink 7 glasses of water every day, you know.
Do you do that?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Module 7. Planning the future. Song. 1. Vocabulary. Big wheel. Roller coaster. Karting. Bouncy castle. Ride. 2. Listen and tick the activities the children are going to do. Then say.
At the amusement park.
We're at the amusement amusement park today. It's going to be a fun day. We are going to go karting. We are going to try the roller coaster. We're going to ride the big wheel. And then it's time for a meal. We're at the amusement park today. It's going to be a fun day.
We aren't going to eat salad, and we aren't going to have peas. We are going to have sandwiches and lots of ice cream.
We are going to go on all the rides and have an amazing time.
2. Listen and tick the activities the children are going to do. Then say.
At the amusement park. We're at the amusement park today. It's going to be a fun day. We are going to go karting. We are going to try the roller coaster. We're going to ride the big wheel. And then it's time for a meal. We're at the amusement park today. It's going to be a fun day. We aren't going to eat salad, and we aren't going to have peas. We are going to have sandwiches and lots of ice cream. We are going to go on all the rides and have an amazing time.
Workbook, Module 7. Song. 3. Where are Alex and Jane? Listen and circle what they are or aren't going to do.
Wow, look at the big wheel.
Yeah, let's ride it first.
No thanks. I'm not going to ride the big wheel.
Why not?
It's really slow. I want something fast. Let's go karting.
Karts are fast, Alex, but they aren't faster than a roller coaster. Let's ride the Wild Snake. It's the fastest roller coaster in the park.
OK, let's go. And then we can go to the bouncy castle.
You can go. I don't like jumping up and down. It's boring.
OK, but wait for me in front of the bouncy castle, and then we can get some ice cream.
Ice cream. Sounds great. I can't wait.
Module 7. Top stars. 1. Vocabulary. Fair. Fundraiser. Money. Festival. Event. Sell. 2. Read and answer. What are the children going to do in January? At Fatima's house.
Hi, Fatima. What are you doing? We're looking at the school events for this year. We're going to be busy. Really? What are we going to do this month? We're going to plant trees in the forest. It's Plant a Tree Day this month. And next month? We're going to have a fundraiser for endangered species. What are we going to sell? T-shirts and cups. There's going to be a book fair in January, but there isn't going to be a school trip this year. Why not? Mrs. Aisha says we must collect more money. I know. We can have a food festival and sell food. Who's going to cook? We are. And we can collect money for the school trip. Great idea, Mal.
4. Listen and tick.
Hi, Ryan. Let's play a board game at my house later.
I'm sorry, Alex. I can't. I'm going to go to the forest later.
What are you going to do in the forest?
I'm going to plant trees in the forest with some friends. We do it every Wednesday.
Really? OK then. How about tomorrow afternoon?
Tomorrow? I can't. I'm going to go to a food festival with my parents.
What are you going to do there?
We are going to try food from different countries.
Wow, you are very busy. Can you come on Friday?
Yes, I can. No, wait. No, I can't. I am going to go to a fundraiser on Friday. My school is collecting money for a new library.
Oh, okay. What are you going to do on Saturday?
Well, on Saturday, I'm going to go to a book fair. Why don't you come with me?
A book fair? That sounds great.
Module 7. Our World. 1. Vocabulary. Present. Receive. Decorate. Friendship. Celebrate. 2. Read. Then tick the best title for the article.
On Friendship Day, people celebrate their friendship with others. Friends give and receive presents like flowers, chocolates or cards.
This Saturday is Friendship Day. I've got 3 good friends and I'm going to make them special friendship cards. The 4 of us are going to go to the amusement park. We are going to go on many rides. It's going to be great. Maria, Spain.
On Earth Day, children usually do things to help the earth. Children sometimes help clean forests or beaches.
It's Earth Day next Saturday. My friends and I are going to help clean the forest. We're going to pick up the rubbish we find and throw it in a rubbish bin. We're going to plant flowers and trees too. It's going to be great fun. Oliver, Australia.
4. Listen and circle A or B. 1.
Stan, what a surprise. What are you doing here?
Hello, Brett. I don't usually go shopping at the shopping centre, but a special day's coming up.
I see. What are you going to buy?
Well, I don't really know. A card and a present, I think.
Good idea. Who are they for? What is the special day?
It's Friendship Day. They are going to be for you.
2.
Dad, next Saturday is Earth Day.
I know. Have you got any plans?
Well, I was thinking about cleaning the park next to my school.
How nice. Are your friends going to help?
Yes, they are. We are all going to pick up rubbish. We want to have a clean park to play in.
Great idea, Ryan. Can I help?
Sure. Thanks, Dad.
3.
Hello, Jake. Can you help me with this, please?
Sure. What are you doing?
My school is going to hold a fundraiser next weekend. We want to collect money for the animal hospital in town.
Are you going to sell these posters?
No, we aren't. We are going to put them up around town. See, they say when and where the fundraiser is going to take place.
Oh, I see. The fundraiser is going to be at Fern Beach on Saturday. Got it.
It's going to be a great event. We're going to sell students' artwork.
Workbook. Module 7. Our World. 2. Listen and put a tick or an X.
Hi, Anne. What are you doing?
Oh, hello, Maggie. I'm looking for some information on the internet.
Why? Is it for homework?
No, it's for our friend, Betty.
Are you helping her with her homework?
No, I'm looking for a present for her. It's Friendship Day this Saturday, remember?
Oh no, I forgot it again.
Don't worry, Maggie. We can get her a big present, and it can be from both of us.
Good idea. We can also make her a special card too.
Sounds good. You're better than me at drawing, so you can make the card. I'm going to find a present. Do you have any ideas?
Sure. What about a jigsaw puzzle? She loves doing puzzles.
Great idea.
Module 7. Let's talk. 1. Vocabulary. Stadium. Go cycling. Go water skiing. Play badminton. Module 7. Project. 1. Look at Jane's itinerary for her trip to Qatar. Then read her postcard to her friend Kate.
Dear Kate, we arrived in Doha 2 days ago. The hotel is beautiful. Yesterday we visited Souk Waqif. It was great, but it was very hot, so we returned to the hotel. Here's our plan for this week. Today we are going to visit the Pearl Qatar. We are going to go shopping, and then we are going to have lunch. After lunch, I'm going to ride in a dhow. I'm so excited. Tomorrow we're going to visit Al Zubarah. It's an ancient town with a fort. I'm going to take lots of photos. Wish you were here. Jane.
Module 7. Reading time. 1. Vocabulary. Shake hands. Rap. Polite. 2. Read and answer. What kind of presents do you usually give to others in Qatar?
Etiquette around the world. Do some of your friends come from another country? Are you going to visit them soon? Before you go, remember to learn a few things about what is polite and what isn't. In Italy, people shake hands and smile when they meet. It is a good idea to give a present when you visit someone's house. The best presents are some pink flowers or chocolates. Don't forget to wrap the chocolates in colourful paper. But be careful. Don't use black or purple coloured paper. They are unlucky colours. In China, people wrap presents in beautiful paper. Yellow or pink are good colours, but red is the best because it's their lucky colour. Always give and receive presents with both hands. But be careful. Don't open the present in front of the person who gave it to you. In New Zealand, people shake hands when they meet. When you are eating, it isn't polite to put your elbows on the table. And when you visit someone's house, it is polite to give chocolates, flowers, or a book about your country as a present.
Module 7. Phonics. 1. Listen and say. Bird. Girl. Hurt. Purple. 2. Listen and say. Then underline the sounds.
The nurse.
Look at the girls. They're playing on the farm. Ouch! 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 My arm! My arm! Where's the nurse? Where's the nurse? She's over there with the purple skirt.
Two. Listen and say. Then underline the sounds.
The nurse. Look at the girls. They're playing on the farm. Ouch! 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 My arm! My arm! Where's the nurse? Where's the nurse? She's over there with the purple skirt.
Top time 4. 1. Vocabulary. Chef. Fireworks. Traditional. Craft activities. Hot air balloon. International. Local. Secret. 2. What do you know about the festivals below? Read and find out more.
It's time for some fun. Souk Waqif Spring Festival. Souk Waqif Spring Festival takes place from December to April at one of the oldest standing markets in the Middle East, Souk Waqif. It is one of the most exciting festivals in Qatar. People of all ages can try delicious traditional food, watch live shows, go on amusement park rides, play skill games, and do many more activities. The best part of this festival is that it's free for everyone. Qatar International Food Festival. Do you enjoy cooking? Then the Qatar Food Festival is the festival for you. It's an annual 11-day festival that started in 2009. It takes place in March at the Hotel Park and is open from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. on weekdays and from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. at weekends. Visitors can try the most delicious local and international food, learn cooking secrets from the best chefs in the world, and even watch live performances and fireworks shows. The Qatar International Food Festival hasn't only got food, though. There's a children's area with a mini zoo, sports classes, and craft activities for its younger guests. Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is a festival that takes place every year in October at a park in Albuquerque, USA. At this festival, you can see a lot of colorful hot air balloons in the sky. It started in 1973, when only 13 hot air balloons took part. Today, more than 600 hot air balloons take part in the festival every year. The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is a festival at which families can enjoy an exciting day in the park.
Workbook. Top time 4. 2. Every year, Omar visits the Qatar International Food Festival. Listen to him talking about it with his friend and write T for true or F for false.
Hi, Omar. How was your weekend?
Hi, Amir. It was great. I went to the Qatar International Food Festival at Hotel Park. I usually go with my grandfather, but this year I went with my father and my uncle.
Wow, I went too. What did you do there?
I watched a cooking competition. It was lots of fun. On the day I went, there were more than 20 chefs competing in the competition. It was great. The winner's prize was a car and some money.
Did you eat any international food?
Yes, I did. It was delicious. There were dishes and sweets from all over the world. I was very hungry, so I ate a lot.
I watched a show with fireworks. I love fireworks shows. They're so bright and colourful. Did you watch the fireworks show?
Yes, I did. I like fireworks too. The show was really exciting.
Great. It's always lots of fun to watch them.
And who do you think I met?
Who?
I saw Mutaz Essa Barshim, the famous high jump athlete.
Really?
Yes. Look, Amir. I took a photo with him too.
Module 7. Round up. 1. Listen and tick. 1.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Mark.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm going to go to a football match with my dad.
Lucky you.
We've got an extra ticket. Would you like to come?
I'm afraid I'm busy. Have fun.
Thank you.
2.
Where are you going to go on holiday, Lisa?
I'm going to go to Mexico with my family, Kelly.
That's great. When are you going to go?
Well, we can't go this month because it's the wet season. It rains a lot during the wet season. We are going to go next month when the dry season starts.
But it's very hot during the dry season.
It usually is, but we're going to go at the beginning of the season, so it isn't going to be very hot.
Well, that's good. It's going to be a great trip.
3.
Hi, Tom. Are you looking for ideas for the school event?
Yes, I am. Would you like to help me, Fred?
Yes, I'd love to. How about a science fair? Science is very interesting.
Well, we had a science fair last year. We want something different.
I see. Why don't we have a food festival?
That's a good idea. But Year 4 is going to have a food festival next week.
Okay then, I've got one more idea. Let's have a book fair.
A book fair? That's
Module 8. How do I get to song? 1. Vocabulary. Through. Over. Down. Up. Round. Towards. Past. 2. Listen and write the names of the boys. Then say,
The bike race.
Where's Mike? Where's Mike? He went over the bridge on his bike. Where's Bill? Where's Bill? He went up and then down the hill. Where's Mark? Where's Mark? He went through the tunnel. It was so dark. Where are the boys? Where are the boys? They rode past the zoo and went towards the park too. And now they're in front of the big sign. They are near the finish line.
Two. Listen and write the names of the boys. Then say,
The bike race. Where's Mike? Where's Mike? He went over the bridge on his bike. Where's Bill? Where's Bill? He went up and then down the hill. Where's Mark? Where's Mark? He went through the tunnel. It was so dark. Where are the boys? Where are the boys? They rode past the zoo and went towards the park too. And now they're in front of the big sign. They are near the finish line.
Workbook, Module 8. Song. 2. Listen and draw the route. Which is Grandma's house? A, B or C? Larry, we're going to visit Grandma at her new house this weekend.
Sounds great.
It's in the countryside. You're going to love it. Let's look at the map. First, we go past the forest.
Don't we go around the forest?
No. After that, we go over the bridge.
And then up the hill?
No. We go past the first hill and then up the second hill.
Is Grandma's house up there?
Yes, it's a beautiful house and you can see everything from there. Module 8. Top stars. 1. Vocabulary. Corner. End. GPS. Roundabout. Exit. Directions. Excited. 2. Listen and answer. Where is the aquarium? Then read. The children are going to the aquarium.
Let's use your new GPS to get to the aquarium, Dad.
Good idea.
You are in Turner Street. Go straight on. Turn left into Green Road. Go straight on. Turn right into Flynn Street.
I'm really excited about going to the aquarium.
Me too. I want to see the sharks.
Sharks? Scary.
Later,
turn left into Hill Street. Go round the roundabout and turn left at the first exit.
I thought the aquarium was near the zoo. We're on the wrong side of town.
But the GPS says we're close.
20 minutes later.
End of route. 27 Kilton Road is on your right.
Where's the aquarium?
Kilton Road? Oh, Khalid.
What's wrong?
The aquarium is on Milton Road, not Kilton Road. You typed the wrong address, Khalid.
Oops, sorry.
4. Listen and tick where the Hungry Fish Aquarium is. Choose A, B or C.
Excuse me, how do I get to the Hungry Fish Aquarium?
Hungry Fish Aquarium, eh? Oh yes. You are in Altebe Street. Go straight on and turn left at the library.
Left at the library. Got it.
Then go past the Chinese restaurant. On the corner on your right, there's a museum. Turn right at the museum. That's Bank Street. Go up Bank Street and turn left at the hotel. The Hungry Fish Aquarium is next to the hotel.
So I turn right at the museum, go up Bank Street and turn left at the hotel?
That's right. And the aquarium is on your left.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Workbook, Module 8. Top stars. 2. Sue and Charlie want to go to some places in town. Listen and look at the map. Answer the questions. Write A to F. 1.
Excuse me, how can I get to the Science Museum, please?
The Science Museum, OK, we're in Mill Street now. Go down the street and turn right at the stadium. That's the High Street. Go straight on and turn right at the toy shop. That's Bay Street. Go straight on. The Science Museum is on your left, next to the school.
So, I turn right at the stadium. Then in the High Street, I turn right at the toy shop.
That's right.
OK, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
2.
Excuse me, how can I get to the Star Hotel, please?
Oh, it's very easy. We're in the High Street now. Go straight on and turn right at the library. That's Bay Street. Go up Bay Street. The Star Hotel is on your left, next to the clothes shop.
So I turn right at the library, and it's on my left in Bay Street?
That's right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Module 8. Our World. 1. Vocabulary. Arts and crafts. Learn a language. Blog. Creative. 2. Read and answer. Which free time activities do the children suggest?
Amir's blog. Hobbies and free time activities.
Hi guys, I'm looking for fun activities to do after school. Any ideas? What do you do in your free time?
Jamal, 12 years old, Qatar. I like learning languages a lot. I'm learning Spanish this year. I really enjoy learning all about life in Spain. I'm going to visit Spain with my family next year too. I am really excited.
Tim, 11 years old, Peru. Last year, my family and I went hiking in a rainforest and I loved it. Now, I love hiking in the forest near my town. I like walking in nature. I think it's exciting. You must try it.
Mark, 11 years old, Poland. It snows a lot here. We hate having snow for months. We sometimes play outside in the snow, but we also meet at each other's houses. We enjoy playing games and watching DVDs. We also love doing arts and crafts. I think it's fun and creative.
4. What do the speakers hate doing? Listen and number 1 to 4. There is one extra picture. 1.
Hi, I'm Danny. I like spending my free time outside. I live in a quiet neighbourhood near a small forest, so I often ride my bike there. I hate exercising at big sports centres, but I enjoy going cycling. It's a great way to exercise and stay healthy.
2.
My name's Caroline. I like spending time in nature. My family and I enjoy having picnics in the park or near the lake. I love listening to the sounds of nature all round me. The only bad thing is that my sister loves hiking and I hate it. I can enjoy nature without hiking.
3.
I'm Brian. I love exercising in my free time. I go to the sports centre in my neighbourhood 3 times a week. I do different activities there. I play sports like tennis or basketball. But I hate swimming in the pool.
4.
My name's Michael. I work a lot, so I haven't got a lot of free time. But when I find some free time, I like hiking in the mountains with friends. It's quiet, and we enjoy relaxing under the trees. I don't stay for long because there are lots of insects. That's why we hate eating outside.
Module 8. Let's talk. 1. Vocabulary. Art gallery. Rock climbing. Sandboarding. Sand dune. Price. Budget. Workbook. Module 8. Let's talk. 2. Listen and circle.
What are you doing, Jenny?
Hi, Carol. I'm looking for some information about free time activities. I really want to do something new.
Me too. We can do an activity together.
That's a good idea. Let's find something interesting. Let's see. Why don't we go to the art gallery?
What can we do there?
We can have painting lessons.
Sounds good. What days are the lessons?
Every Wednesday and Friday.
And what time are the lessons?
They're from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
How much do they cost?
£5 a lesson.
Great! How about going this Wednesday?
OK, see you there.
Module 8. Project. 1. Read the invitation. Then look at the map. How can someone get to Buxton School from the Underground station?
Buxton School Art Festival. Why don't you join us for a day of fun? When? The 10th of June. Time? 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Where? Buxton School. Telephone number 01786 330 786. Email buxtonschool@mail.com. Come and do arts and crafts, learn about art and the history of art, and have fun.
Module 8. Reading time. 1. Vocabulary. Jet skiing. Point. Fishing net. Coast Guard. Set free. Proud. 2. Read and answer. Which animal was in danger? Sea adventure.
Mr. Mohammed's class was on a dhow boat. They were sailing to Al Safliya Island.
Mr. Mohammed said that we are going to do lots of water sports at Al Safliya Island,
Said Jazim.
That's great. I love jet skiing.
Said Omar. The children enjoyed the boat ride. After a while, Mr. Mohammed pointed towards the sea and said,
Children, look! There's a dugong.
The children went to the left side of the dhow boat and took photos of the beautiful animal.
What's that noise?
Jazim said.
Mr. Mohammed, look! There's a baby dolphin over there.
Oh no! A fishing net is around it,
said Mr. Mohammed.
What can we do?
Jazim asked.
Let's call the Coast Guard,
said Omar. Mr. Mohammed used his mobile phone to call for help. After a while, a Coast Guard boat arrived. 2 men, a Coast Guard and a vet, swam towards the baby dolphin. They took off the fishing net and the vet checked the baby dolphin. Then he set it free. The children watched the baby dolphin swim to its family. Then all the dolphins swam away together.
Children, today you helped save an animal. I'm very proud of you,
said Mr. Mohammed. They were so happy.
Module 8. Phonics. 1. Listen and say. Ooh. Ooh. Room. Spoon. Balloon. Look. Book. Foot. 2. Listen and say. Then underline the oo sounds and circle the sounds.
Look at my room.
There are balloons. There is a spoon, a book and a moon. Balloons, balloons, everywhere I look. Pop, pop, pop. Ouch, my foot!
Two. Listen and say. Then underline the oo sounds and circle the sounds.
Look at my room. There are balloons. There is a spoon, a book and a moon. Balloons, balloons, everywhere I look. Pop, pop, pop. Ouch, my foot.
Workbook. Module 8. Phonics. 1. Listen and circle. 1. Room. 2. Look. 3. Spoon. 4. Balloon. 5. Foot. 6. Book. CLIL 4, Module 7 to 8. Geography. Science. 1. Vocabulary. Dry season. Wet season. North. South. 2. Read and answer. Have all countries around the world got 4 seasons?
Seasons. Why are there seasons? Every year, the Earth makes a journey around the Sun. But the Earth leans to one side. In June, the top side of the Earth is leaning towards the Sun. So, it's summer north of the equator and winter south of the equator. This means it is summer in the UK and winter in Australia. In September, it is autumn north of the equator and spring south of the equator. In December, the top side of the Earth is leaning away from the Sun. So, it's winter north of the equator and summer south of the equator. In March, it is spring north of the equator and autumn south of the equator. Have all countries got 4 seasons? No, they haven't. Some countries in Asia, Africa, and South America are very close to the equator. These places have got 2 seasons, a wet and a dry season. In the dry season, it doesn't rain. In the wet season, there is a lot of rain.
Workbook. CLIL 4, Modules 7 to 8. Geography. Science. 4. Listen and circle A or B.
Hi, Stu. What are you doing?
Oh, hi, Mark. I'm getting ready for my holiday.
Your holiday?
Yes.
Are you going to go to the countryside this year?
No, we aren't. My family and I are going to go to Australia.
Really? What are you going to do there?
We are going to visit many places. I can't wait to see the kangaroos.
Yeah, there are lots of kangaroos in Australia. Are you going to go skiing too?
Skiing? No, we aren't. We're going to go to Sydney Luna Park. It's a very big amusement park in Sydney. There are many rides. There is a big roller coaster and a big wheel. I'm not going to ride the big wheel because it's slow, but I am going to drive. There is a ride with cars which children can drive. It's like karting.
Sounds great, Stu. But I have got one question.
Sure. What is it?
How are you going to go to an amusement park in winter?
Haha, it's winter here in the UK, Mark. In Australia, it's summer now. The weather is warm.
Oh, yes, you're right. Mr. Wilson told us about the different seasons in the 2 parts of the world last week.
That's right. Winter here, summer there.
Well, have a great time, Stu.
Thanks, Mark.
Module 8. Roundup. 1. Listen and tick where Emily wants to go.
Go up Main Street, go past the hospital and the art gallery. Turn turn left into Garden Road at the library. Then go towards the park and turn right.
Into Baker Street?
Yes, that's right. Then go straight on and it's on your left, opposite the supermarket and next to the museum.
On my left, opposite the supermarket, next to the museum. Got it. Thank you very much.
Workbook. Top skills. Modules 7 to 8. 1. Kevin and his family are going to go camping. What is each person going to take with them? Listen and write a letter in each box. There is one example. Example.
We are going to go camping next weekend.
That's nice. What are you going to take with you?
Well, we are each going to take something that we need.
What is your friend Tom going to take?
Well, his bag is small, so he's going to take the torches. We have got 3 torches.
1.
Is your cousin Mark going to come with you?
Yes, he is. He said that he will bring the tents.
Oh, good. Tents are important.
Yes, they are. My cousin's tents are very big.
2.
What about the sleeping bags?
My dad is going to take those.
I see. What colour is your sleeping bag?
Orange. My sleeping bag is orange.
That's nice. I like orange.
3.
Is your granddad going to be there?
Yes, he is. Grandad likes fishing, so he's going to bring the fishing equipment.
Oh? Can you go fishing there?
Oh, yes. There is a beautiful lake by the campground. My brother always goes fishing with Grandad.
How nice. Do you go swimming too?
No, we don't. The water in the lake is too cold.
4.
What is your brother going to bring?
Brian is going to bring some board games.
Board games? I see.
Yes, we like playing board games in the evening.
5.
Kevin? What about food? Who is going to bring food?
My uncle is going to do that. He always makes great sandwiches when we go camping.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you have a fun time, Kevin.
Module 9. Nature. Song. 1. Vocabulary. Recycle. Environment. Tap. Paper. Plastic. Save. Try. 2. Listen to the song and match the verses with the pictures A to D. There is one extra picture. Then say.
Save the environment.
Paper, plastic, metal and glass. Bill never throws them in the rubbish. He recycles every day. It's easy enough to start recycling today. Why don't you try it? It's like an experiment. You're never too old, you're never too young to save, save, save the environment. Keith always turns off the light when he leaves a room at night. He turns off the tap while he's brushing his teeth. Can you do the same as Keith? Why don't you try it? It's like an experiment. You're never too old, you're never too young to save, save, save the environment. It isn't too hard to make the world cleaner. It isn't too late to make the earth greener. So let's clean the forest and let's plant trees. Can you help, help, help us please? Why don't you try it? It's like an experiment. You're never too old, you're never too young to save, save, save the environment.
2. Listen to the song and match the verses with the pictures A to D. There is one extra picture. Then say,
Save the environment. Paper, plastic, metal and glass. Bill never throws them in the rubbish. He recycles every day. It's easy enough to start recycling today. Why don't you try it? It's like an experiment. You're never too old, you're never too young to save, save the environment. Keith always turns off the light when he leaves a room at night. He turns off the tap while he's brushing his teeth. Can you do the same as Keith? Why don't you try it? It's like an experiment. You're never too old, you're never too young to save the environment. It isn't too hard to make the world cleaner. It isn't too late to make the earth greener. So let's clean the forests and let's plant trees. Can you help us, please? Why don't you try it? It's like an experiment. You're never too old, you're never too young to save the environment.
Module 9. Top stars. 1. Vocabulary. Volunteer. Pick up rubbish. 2. Listen and answer. What do the children want to do? Then read.
Hello? Clean up now. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to become a volunteer.
Okay. What about joining us on Friday afternoon or Saturday morning? We are going to clean up Al-Wakra Park.
I can't on Friday. I promised to visit my granddad. But I can help on Saturday.
Okay. See you there at 10 o'clock.
Hello. Can I help clean up Al-Wakra Park?
Of course. Can you help us pick up rubbish at 10 o'clock on Saturday?
10 o'clock? I have to talk to my dad about that.
That's fine. I hope to see you there.
Hello. My friend Saleh and I would like to become volunteers.
Great. We have got lots of volunteers who are going to pick up rubbish. Do you want to help plant trees at Al-Wakra Park?
We can try.
Great. See you on Saturday at 10 o'clock.
At Al-Wakra Park on Saturday morning.
Sami, Khaled, what are you doing here?
I decided to become a volunteer.
Me too.
We're volunteers too.
4. Listen and tick the correct pictures. There is one extra picture.
How was your weekend, Tony?
It was fantastic. On Saturday, I went to Fairview Forest.
Really? What did you do there?
Well, I wanted to plant trees, but first I helped pick up some rubbish.
Rubbish? Ew.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I picked up some plastic bottles and cans. Then I put them in recycling bags. When I finished with that,
What? Did you do more work?
Of course. But first I had some snacks with my new friends. They gave us free sandwiches.
Oh, that's nice.
Then some children brought lots of small trees to the forest, and I helped them plant them.
That sounds great. I'd like to become a volunteer too.
Good idea. I promised to bring a friend to the next cleanup anyway.
Workbook, Module 9. Top stars. 3. Listen and write T for true or F for false.
Good evening, everyone. Today we have a special guest, Tony Sparks. Tony is a student at Fairview Primary School. He is in a group called Save the Environment. Welcome, Tony. Please tell us about this group.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Save the Environment is a group at our school. It does different things to help and protect the environment. All students and even teachers at Fairview can join and help make the world a better place.
What do you do to help?
Well, we make posters. These posters show people around town what they can do to keep our town clean. We usually put them up around town for everyone to see. We also organise fundraisers to collect money for other environmental groups and animal rescue centres. Last week we decided to clean Fairview Forest, so we organised Fairview Forest Day.
Oh, how did it go?
It was great. Many people from our school and round town came down to the forest to help. We picked up the rubbish, recycled cans, paper boxes and plastic items we found. And then we all planted new trees.
Fantastic.
And there is a lot more we can do. We can all become volunteers and do things at home to protect the environment. First, turn off lights when we don't need them and taps when we brush our teeth to save energy and water.
These are easy things to do.
Another great idea is using cloth bags at the supermarket, not plastic bags.
You're right, Tony. We can use cloth bags again and again. Thank you for coming.
Module 9. Our World. 1. Vocabulary. Pollute. Clock. Battery. Keyboard. Wooden. Office. Company. Seed. 2. Read and answer. Where would you find the texts below?
The wooden keyboard. Do you want to bring nature into your office? Wooden keyboards do not pollute the environment because they are not plastic. Choose between a light or dark brown keyboard. And you don't have to worry about the trees. The company promises to plant a tree for every keyboard it sells. The water-powered clock. Does your clock need a new battery again? Don't worry about that anymore. This clock only needs some water to work. It is also very easy to use. Just add some tap water and it starts working. It needs water again after a few months. The green mobile phone. We all use mobile phones to do many things every day. This wooden mobile phone is very easy to use. It's eco-friendly and it has got a beautiful design. It can also use power from the sun, so it's not difficult to recharge it. Just put it near a window on a sunny day. And when it stops working, or you don't want it anymore, you can plant it in your garden. This special mobile phone has got a flower seed in it, and it can become a beautiful flower.
5. Listen and tick the correct picture.
This is for you, Bobby.
A present for me?
Yes. Open it.
Wow! A new tablet! Thanks! You're the best sister.
You're welcome. I know you wanted it.
And what's that? It looks strange.
Let me show you. You use it to recharge the tablet on a sunny day. You see, you can use power from the sun to recharge its battery. It's really eco-friendly.
Oh, Penny, you always want to protect the environment.
Yeah, that's me. The bad thing is that it's plastic, but we can't do anything about that.
Yes, that's true, but a wooden tablet that uses power from the sun. That's a nice idea.
Yeah, it is.
Module 9. Project. 1. Read the poster below.
How to be environmentally friendly at home. Turn off the tap when you are brushing your teeth to save water. Recycle old TVs, computers and mobile phones to stop pollution. Turn off the computer when you aren't using it. Turn off the lights when you leave a room. How to be environmentally friendly at school. Use both sides of every piece of paper. Put recycling bins in the school playground to collect glass, metal, plastic and paper. Go to school on foot, ride your bike or take the bus. Don't tell your parents to drive you to school.
Module 9. Reading time. 1. Vocabulary. Energy. Cooking oil. Warm. Cool. Take part. 2. Read and answer. Where can you find the special schools in the texts?
Eco-friendly schools around the world. The Green School.
The Green School in Bali, Indonesia, opened in September 2008. It's in the jungle and it hasn't got any walls. The people who built it only used bamboo. They used bamboo to make the desks, the chairs, and the bookcases too. The school uses energy from the sun. It also uses the cooking oil from the school kitchen for the school bus, the bio-bus. Students there have lessons that teach them how to protect the environment. Some students at the Green School had a great idea about how to stop pollution in Bali. They call it the Bye Bye Plastic Bags project. They want to make people stop using plastic bags in supermarkets, shops, restaurants and hotels.
Howdell Primary School.
Howdell Primary School in Hertfordshire, UK, is one of the most eco-friendly schools in the world. The school uses the wind and the sun to save energy. It also uses energy from the school playground to keep the buildings warm in winter and cool in summer. The children there care about the environment too. They recycle their toys and they help at the school animal farm. Many students also take part in the Eco Squad, the school group that helps protect the environment. Students in this group learn how to be environmentally friendly at school and at home too.
Module 9. Phonics. 1. Listen and say. Amazed. Island. Apple. Hat. Cat. Garden. Scarf. Arm. 2. Listen and say. Then circle the A sounds with red, the R sounds with blue, and the sounds with yellow.
Mr. Brooke the Scarecrow.
I like birds and cats, but they don't like me. I like funny hats, but look at me. I stand in the garden all day, next to the big apple tree. I'm wearing a jacket, jeans and boots, and a big scarf around my neck.
A bird is sitting on your arm. Look! Are you amazed, Mr. Brook?
Two. Listen and say. Then circle the A sounds with red, the R sounds with blue, and the sounds with yellow.
Mr. Brook the Scarecrow. I like birds and cats, but they don't like me. I like funny hats, but look at me. I stand in the garden all day, next to the big apple tree. I'm wearing a jacket, jeans and boots, and a big scarf around my neck.
A bird is sitting on your arm, look. Are you amazed, Mr. Brook?
Workbook. Module 9. Phonics. 1. Listen and number 1 to 6. 1. Garden. 2. Scarf. 3. Cat. 4. Amazed. 5. Apple. 6. Island. 3. Which one doesn't belong? Look, listen and tick. 1. Scarf. Hat. Garden. 2. Amazed. Apple. Cat. 3. Garden. Arm. Island. Top time 5. 1. Vocabulary. Architecture. Architect. Design. Palace. Collection. Visitor. Entrance. Sculpture. 2. What do you know about the museums below? Read.
Museums around the world. The Museum of Islamic Art. The Museum of Islamic Art in Doha, the capital of Qatar, is 60 meters from the Doha Corniche. The Chinese-American architect, I.M. Pei, one of the most famous architects in the world, designed it. Before I.M. Pei designed the museum, he spent 6 months traveling around many Islamic countries and studying Islamic architecture. This helped him design a building that is both modern and traditional. They finished the building in 2006, and His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani opened the museum in 2008. It's a place where people can see the biggest collection of Islamic art in the world, collected by the royal family of Qatar. The Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum in Paris is one of the world's most famous museums. It has got over 1 million works of art, and millions of visitors from all over the world visit it every year. The Louvre Museum became a national museum in 1793. Before that, it was a palace for the King of France. In 1989, they opened a new entrance to the museum in the shape of a glass and metal pyramid. I.M. Pei designed the new entrance. In this museum, you can see collections of paintings, pottery, sculptures, furniture, and jewelry from around the world. The most famous painting in the museum is the Mona Lisa.
Workbook. Top time 5. 2. Listen to Salman talking to his friend Hamad about his visit to the National Museum of Qatar and complete the sentences below.
Hi Salman. How was your trip to the National Museum of Qatar? Did you go with your father and your uncle?
Well, I went with my uncle, since he helped to build it. My father wanted to come too, but he had to work. It's a great museum. We should go and visit it together too.
So, Salman, tell me about the museum building.
The building is amazing. Its design is fantastic. The architect who designed it, Jean Nouvel, wanted to make it look like a desert rose.
My brother wants to design buildings like that when he finishes university.
That's great, Hamad.
Did you find out anything about the exhibitions?
Well, as you know, I love dhows, so my favourite exhibition was the one all about dhows and how the Qatari people used them in the past for fishing, trading and pearling. Of course, there were many other great exhibitions about the past and present of Qatar.
That's really interesting. Can you tell me anything else about the museum?
Well, there are 2 shops, 2 restaurants and a cafe in the museum. Oh, and a park. It's a great place to visit.
My brother is going to take me next week. Do you want to visit it again? You can come with us.
Sure.
Module 9. Roundup. 1. Listen to 3 short dialogues and tick. 1.
Look, Dad. This is the new mobile phone I was talking about.
It looks nice, but it's too expensive, Ken.
Oh, please, Dad. It can take really nice photos.
Yes, but it's a bit too big. What about that small black one?
It looks good, but the bigger one is eco-friendly too. It can use power from the sun. You always say that we must protect the environment, Dad.
OK, Ken. Let's get it then.
Thanks, Dad.
2.
Where were you last Saturday, Julie? I called you at home, but you weren't there.
Oh, yes. Do you remember the Go Green organisation? I became a volunteer.
Really? That's great. My cousin is a volunteer for Go Green too. Last month, they were at White Sand Beach. They picked up rubbish and cleaned the beach. And last Saturday, she was at Black Forest. They picked up all the rubbish there too.
I was there too. I helped them plant some new trees.
I want to become a volunteer too. Let's go together next time.
3.
No, Linda, I don't want to buy that one.
But why not, Gary? It looks nice. It's blue too, your favourite colour.
Yes, but it's plastic. We must protect the environment, you know.
OK, there's one that's wooden and plastic.
Oh, come on, Linda. Look, this one is only wooden and it looks good. It's not expensive and I like the colour.
OK then.
Module 10. Friendship. Song. 1. Vocabulary. Share. Have fun. Promise. Make fun of. Cheat. Lie. True. Forgive. 2. Listen and complete. Then say.
Forever friends.
My friend, when it's too dark to see, you always give your hand to me. I promise I'll be there for you too, because I care about you. We have so much fun together. I will be your friend forever.
I'll never make fun of you, my friend. I promise our friendship will never end. I won't cheat or lie to you. I will always be true. We have so much fun together. I will be your friend forever. Remember, I will always care, and I promise I'll always share the last biscuit
in the packet, and when it's cold I'll give you my jacket. We have so much fun together, I will be your friend forever.
Two. Listen and complete. Then say.
Forever friends. My friend, when it's too dark to see, you always give your hand to me. I promise I'll be there for you too, because I care about you. We have so much fun together. I will be your friend forever. I'll never make fun of you, my friend. I promise our friendship will never end. I won't cheat or lie to you. I will always be true. We have so much fun together. I will be your friend forever. Remember, I will always care, and I promise I'll always share the last biscuit in the packet. And when it's cold, I'll give you my jacket. We have so much fun together. I will be your friend forever.
Workbook. Module 10. Song. 3. Listen and circle.
Hello, Nellie. How are you?
Oh, hi Rita. I'm okay.
You don't sound too well. What's wrong?
Well, I've got a history project, but my sister needs the laptop for a science project.
Oh no. Hey, I know. I'm going to the library later. Do you want to come? You can use the computers there.
That's a great idea, Rita. What time are you going to be there?
I'm going to leave in about 15 minutes, so in about half an hour.
Perfect. See you there.
Ah, Nellie. I've got a lot of maths homework. Could you help me with it?
Of course I will.
Thanks, Nellie. You're a great friend. And I'll help you with your history project. I love history.
Perfect. I'll help you, and you'll help me.
Yes, that's what friends are for.
Module 10. Top stars. 1. Vocabulary. Jigsaw puzzle. Outside. Come round. 2. Read and answer. Why is Sammy a good friend? At school.
Hi, Majed. What are you doing?
I'm studying for a maths test, but it's really hard. Will you please help me?
Of course I will.
How about meeting at the library at 4 o'clock?
I want to buy some things for my history project. Why don't we meet at 4:30?
Sure. Thanks.
At the bookshop.
Hi, Saleh. Are you shopping for the history project?
Yes, I'm going to make a pyramid. Will you please help me finish it?
I'm sorry, I can't now. But we can meet at 6 o'clock.
Outside the library.
Sammy, remember the science competition? I want to take part in it, and I have to send them an email. Will you come round later and help me, please?
Sure. I can be there at 7:30. What am I going to do with my project?
At Khalid's house.
Thanks, Sammy. You're a great friend.
Phew. I have to do my history project now.
Don't worry, we will help you.
Yeah, and we've got your favourite pizza. We will help you eat it.
4. Who will help his, her, brother, sister? Listen and tick. 1.
Dolly, I'm doing a jigsaw puzzle, but it's hard. Will you please help me? I'm sorry, Gina, I can't. I'm studying geography and then I have to do an art project. Our cousin Lisa is very good at puzzles. You can ask her to help you. Okay.
2.
Hey, Ron. Will you help me tidy my room, please?
I'm sorry, Harry, I can't. I have to do a science project for tomorrow.
Come on. It will only take 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Let's do it then.
Thanks.
3.
Will you help me make some sandwiches, Diane? My friends are going to come round at 6 o'clock.
Of course I will. How many friends are going to come?
Rita, Jane, and Amy. That's 3.
OK, let's start.
Thanks.
Workbook, Module 10. Top stars. 3. Listen and tick A or B. 1.
Hi, Bill. Are you busy?
Hi, James. I'm reading a comic book. What's up?
Well, I've got a history test and I need some help. Will you help me?
OK, I'll come round in half an hour.
2.
Mum, will you come here for a minute, please?
I'll be right there, Ali. I'm washing the dishes.
3.
Chloe, I'm bored. Let's play a board game, please?
I'm sorry, but I can't right now, Julia. I'm studying for a test.
4.
Gloria, what are you doing? Are you studying for your maths test?
No, Dad. I finished studying half an hour ago.
Surprise! This is for you.
Wow, it's great, Dad. It's got 500 pieces. Will you help me do it?
Of course I will. Let's get started right away.
Module 10. Our World. 1. Vocabulary. App. Spill. Spilt. Empty. Striped. Spotted. 2. Read and answer. What's the interview about? Where could you find it? Emily Baxter interviews fashion designer Kala Amari.
Will our clothes change in the future?
Of course they will. Science and modern technology will help with that.
Can you give us some examples?
Of course. Let's say your shirt is dirty because you spilt some juice on it. No problem. You can change the colour of your clothes easily with just one click on your mobile phone.
How will we do that?
It's easy. An app on your mobile phone will change the colour of your clothes. For example, from a light colour, like yellow, to a darker one, like black. So nobody will see your dirty shirt.
That's great. Anything else?
Let me think. Oh yes. Is someone else in the room wearing the same clothes as you? You can use the same app on your mobile phone to change your clothes again. You can change a striped t-shirt to a spotted one.
Wow! So we won't need many clothes, right?
Maybe not. But I think it will take some time before we find these clothes in clothes shops.
So, will our wardrobes be empty in the future?
Haha. Maybe they will. Just think about it. We will have clothes that we can change easily with no money at all. Why should we buy many clothes?
4. Listen to 3 people talking about how they think life will change in the future. Match the people with the correct pictures. There is one extra picture. 1.
So, Jamila, which invention do you think will make our lives easier?
That's a good question. I think we will have robots that will help us in our everyday lives. For example, robots that will do all the chores around the house. That will be perfect. We will have lots of free time to do anything we like.
2.
Farid, how do you think means of transport will change in the future?
I don't think people will drive cars anymore. All cars will have computers that will drive the car for us. We will just sit back and relax and give the directions to the computer. In other words, we will tell the computer where we want to go and the car will take us there.
And what about flying cars?
Well, you have to be a pilot to fly a car like that, and I find that too difficult. I think it will take many years before we see flying cars in the sky.
3.
What do you think, Layla? How will our lives change in the future?
Well, it will be easier for people to travel.
Do you mean to other countries?
Not only that, I mean to space too. It will be great to travel to other planets, or even to live on other planets, like Mars. Just think about it.
Module 10. Let's talk. 1. Vocabulary. Stomachache. Toothache. Headache. Earache. Sore throat. Cough. Workbook, Module 10. Let's talk. 3. What will they do? Listen and write 1 to 4. 1.
I'm hungry, Mum.
Well, what have we got in the fridge?
There's some bread, some chicken and some cheese. I know what to make.
2.
Ouch!
What's the matter?
I can't eat this ice cream. I've got a toothache.
You know what that means.
Oh no.
3.
We haven't got any milk or fruit, Dad.
Oh, what else do we need?
Let's see. A box of cereal, some cheese and some biscuits.
OK, I'll be back soon.
4.
What are you doing?
I'm taking these bags to the recycling bin.
Here, I'll help you.
Thanks.
Oh, they're really heavy. What's in them? Rocks?
No, they're some old books.
Module 10. Project. 1. Read the apology notes below.
Dear Fahad, I broke your camera and I'm sorry. I promise I'll buy you a new one. Yasser.
To Badia. Will you please go to the supermarket? I'm sorry, I know it is my turn, but I've got a lot of homework to do. I promise I'll go next week. Thanks a lot. Marianne.
Sorry, Lamia. I forgot about our picnic. I won't do it again. Let's have a picnic on Saturday. I'll make your favourite sandwiches. Hadija.
Module 10. Reading time. 1. Vocabulary. Plan. Peace. Program. 2. Read and answer. What are sister cities?
Sister cities. Are you looking for a place to visit this year? Why not travel to your sister city? Sister cities, or twin towns, are 2 or more cities that have got a special friendship. The Sister Cities or Twin Towns program started in 1956 because people wanted to bring peace and friendship to the world. They also wanted to understand other people and cultures in a better way. This special program shows how people in different countries can help each other and work together. For example, 2 cities, which are often in different countries, can plan festivals and events together. Moreover, people from one city can visit the other city and learn about its history and the everyday life of its people. A city can be a sister with 1, 2, or more cities round the world. For example, Brussels in Belgium is a sister city with Madrid in Spain. Doha, Qatar, is a sister city with Beijing, China. It is also a sister city with Ankara, Turkey. Astana in Kazakhstan and Manila in the Philippines are also sister cities. So, what is your city's sister city?
Module 10. Phonics. 1. Listen and say. Or. Or. Floor. Door. Or. Or. Board game. Skateboard. Keyboard. Or. 4. 14. 2. Listen and say. Then underline the or sounds.
The bee.
1, 2. The bee's flying towards you. 2, 3. It's on the board game. Can you see? 3, 4. Is it on the skateboard? No, it's on the floor. 4, 5. Go out the door, back to the beehive. 5, 6. It's on the keyboard. It's on my chopsticks. 7, 14. Wait, where are the other numbers in between?
2. Listen and say. Then underline the or sounds.
The bee. 1, 2. The bee's flying towards you. 2, 3. It's on the board game. Can you see? 3, 4. Is it on the skateboard? No, it's on the floor. 4, 5. Go out the door, back to the beehive. 5, 6. It's on the keyboard. It's on my chopsticks. 7, 14. Wait, where are the other numbers in between?
Workbook. Module 10. Phonics. 1. Listen and number 1 to 6. 1. 14. 2. Floor. 3. Skateboard. 4. Door. 5. Board game. 6. 4. CLIL 5. Modules 9 to 10. Social Studies. Science. 1. Vocabulary. Soil. Recycling bin. Factory. Machine. Washing machine. Melt. Chemicals. 2. Read and answer. What are some of the things we must recycle?
How much do you know about recycling? Did you know that there are many things we mustn't throw away? We have to recycle these things. Machines and electronic devices. We can recycle computers, tablets, mobile phones, washing machines, and even cars. Recycling factories break them into small pieces, and then other factories make new things. It's very important to recycle these things because throwing them in the rubbish is bad for the environment. Batteries, medicine, and oil. Do you throw these items in the rubbish bin? Big mistake. These items have got dangerous chemicals. When we throw these items in our rubbish bins, these chemicals pollute the soil, the rivers, and the oceans. This is very bad for our health. Throw them away in special recycling bins or take them to recycling factories. Crayons. Do you like coloring but can't stand broken or very small crayons? Send them to crayon factories. There they will melt them and make new ones. Then they will give them back to schools, hospitals, or other organizations for children. Shoes. Don't throw your old sports shoes away. Special factories can recycle them to make sports fields for children all around the world. Some sports companies use them to make new shoes or t-shirts and shorts.
Workbook. CLIL 5, Modules 9 to 10. Social Studies. Science. 2. What must you use to make a compost pile? Listen and tick the correct pictures.
Hey, Katie. What are you doing over there with those vegetables and fruit? You must throw them in the rubbish bin and not in our garden.
Well, in fact, you can, Bobby. You can use old fruit and vegetables in your garden. They are great food for other plants. You can add them to the soil and your plants become stronger.
Really? I didn't know that. But how can you do that?
You put them in a compost pile. Well, first you have to find a big wooden box to make your pile. It must be about 1 metre tall. Then put some green and brown leaves at the bottom of the box and add the old fruit and vegetables. But remember that you mustn't use any meat, fish, cheese or cooked food. OK, after you add the fruit and vegetables, you have to put some soil and some brown leaves on top. Finally, water your pile. But be careful with the water, you mustn't add too much. And don't forget to mix your pile once a week. After 2 months, your compost will be ready to use.
It sounds easy.
It is. Will you help me make a compost pile in our garden, please?
Of course I will.
Module 10. Roundup. 1. Listen and number 1 to 4. 1.
Emma, I'm sorry about your glasses. They were on that chair and I didn't see them. It was an accident. I promise I'll be more careful next time.
2.
William, I'm really sorry I broke your tablet. I just wanted to surf the net, but I dropped it. Please forgive me. I will give you mine. I promise.
3.
Betty, I'm sorry about your dress. I didn't want to make you feel sad. It was an accident. I promise I'll help you clean it.
4.
Brad, I'm sorry I cheated when we played the board game. I won't cheat again, and that's a promise. I really want us to be friends again.
Workbook. Top Skills. Modules 9 to 10. 1. Listen and tick the box. There is one example. Example. What's the time?
Wake up, James.
But it's too early, Mum. It's 6:30.
No, James, it's 7:30.
What? 8:30?
It's 7:30, James. Your clock doesn't work. It stopped at 6:30. I think it needs a new battery.
1. What does James have for breakfast?
What's for breakfast, Mum? Pancakes?
We can't have pancakes for breakfast every day, James.
OK, Mum.
You can have some cereal and an omelette. Is that OK?
Yummy. Can I have some fruit too, Mum? I'm really hungry.
Of course you can. Here you are.
Thanks, Mum.
2. How will James get to school?
Hurry up, James, it's late and you will miss the school bus.
Don't worry, Mum. I can ride my bike to school.
I'm afraid you can't today, James. It's raining and it's cold.
Can Dad drive me to school then?
No, James, he can't. He left early this morning because he wanted to go to the bank. So hurry up. The school bus will be here any minute.
OK, Mum.
3. What did James forget to take with him?
James, don't forget to take your umbrella with you.
I've got it right here, Mum.
Did you take your baseball with you? You've got baseball practice after school, remember?
Let me check. Yes, it's right here, but I can't find my glove.
Oh yes, it's on your desk in your room. I remember now.
I'll go get it. Thanks, Mum.
Story 1. Read the story.
Black Beauty. Mr. Gordon and his family lived at Birtwick Park. His groom led me past a big gate, and we went down a long road with tall trees on both sides. The house had beautiful gardens round it, with pretty flowers. We went past the apple trees until we arrived at the stables. The groom led me to the first stall. In the stall next to mine, there was a fat grey pony with a thick mane and tail and a pretty head. "I'm Darky. How do you do?" I said. "What's your name?"
"My name is Merrylegs,"
he said.
"The children ride me, and Miss Jessie and Miss Flora love me very much. I'm their favourite. Are you going to live next door to me?"
"Yes, I think so," I said.
"I hope you have got good manners,"
he said.
"I don't like horses that bite."
Just then, I heard a neigh. It came from a tall, reddish-brown horse near Merrylegs. She was very pretty, but seemed angry.
"It isn't good manners to take the stall of another horse,"
she said as she looked at me over the stall. "I'm sorry," I said. "Is this your stall?"
"Yes, it is,"
she said.
"They moved me so that you could take it."
"I'm sorry, but I didn't ask anyone to do that. The groom put me here," I said. In the afternoon, when she went out, Merrylegs told me about her.
"The thing is that Ginger has got a bad habit. She bites people,"
he said.
"She bit James, the stable boy, on the arm, and now the children are scared to come to the stables. They used to bring me nice apples and carrots to eat. I miss them."
"Why does she bite people?" I asked.
"Ginger's old master was unkind to her, and that's why she bites,"
said Merrylegs.
"But everyone here is very kind. There is no reason to bite. Mr. Gordon doesn't use whips. John Manley is an excellent groom, and James the stable boy is very kind too. Ginger has got no reason to bite."
The next day, I met the groom, John Manley, again. He brushed my coat and made me look very handsome. He put a saddle and bridle on my back and took me for a ride. He was a very good and careful rider, and I enjoyed galloping with him. As we were returning to the stables, we met the squire and Mrs. Gordon, who were walking together. John pulled the reins and we stopped.
"Well, John, how is he?"
asked the squire.
"He is a good horse, Squire. He is fast, obedient, and gentle too,"
said John.
"He isn't scared of sudden noises, and he is careful and quiet. From what it seems, they taught him well and treated him with kindness."
"Very well,"
said Squire Gordon.
"I'll ride him tomorrow."
The next day, Squire Gordon rode me just as he promised. I remembered my mother's important advice and tried hard to please my new master. He was a good and thoughtful rider. When we got home, Mrs. Gordon was waiting for us.
"What is he like, dear? Did you enjoy your ride?"
she asked.
"He's exactly as John says,"
said Squire Gordon.
"I couldn't hope for a better horse. What shall we call him?"
he asked. Mrs. Gordon looked at me.
"Well, he is really very handsome,"
she said.
"Let's call him Beauty. And look at his shiny black colour. Why don't we call him Black Beauty?"
"Yes, that's a very good name,"
he said. A few days later, I had to pull the large carriage with Ginger. I was worried about how we would work together, but I was surprised to find that she was a hard worker. We worked well together, and it was easy for us to pull the carriage. We soon became great friends. She told me all about her difficult past and the years she spent at the hands of unkind people. It was no wonder that she was angry all the time. But with the passing of time, Ginger stopped biting. She was becoming kinder. The master said that it was Birtwick kindness. There was no reason for her to bite or show bad manners, because they treated her with kindness. I guess old Merrylegs is right when he says, "Good places make good horses."